皆さんこんにちは。ラジカルトラベラーゴーストです。ご時世がご時世ではありますが、アメリカのガンカルチャーについて取材に行ってきちゃいました。ホットな最新情報をお届けしていこうと思います。それでは早速行きましょう。
カリフォルニアに来て6時間しか経ってないんですけれども、ウーバーを頼んだら違う場所に連れてこられて1時間近く時間をロスしてしまいました。そんな場所でサプライズで連れてってもらった場所がですね、Eバイクでございます。
説明しよう。 E バイクとは世界最大規模の在庫数を誇るサバゲーグッズ専門販売サイト。現地では手に入れにくい国産の東京マルセイエアガンだけでなく、各社有名どころを取り揃え、装備品に至ってはミルシム、競技スタイル、または一癖あるコスプレ用途のアイテムまで、ありとあらゆるサバゲーグッズを取り揃えたサバゲー界のアマゾン。自身の YouTube チャンネルでのハイクオリティな動画も見ていて楽しいです。リアル店舗は一日中いても飽きない楽しい場所。一軒家30軒分の広さを誇る倉庫と、これまた業界最大規模の売り場面積を持つ販売エリアは、遊び心あふれるまさに巨大なおもちゃ箱や。装備を眺めてどんなコーディネートを決めようか頭を膨らませるだけでも一日中楽しめる素敵な場所でした。ダイソー。実需なら30万超えの高級品セイリエントアームスの GRY のエアガンをドアノブに使うという大胆なアイディア。ここでまずワクワクですね。そのおしゃれなドアを開け放つと、左手には数々の有名人サイン入りのエアガンコレクション。映画「エイリアン」で主役を演じたシガニー・ウィーバーのサイン入りパルスライフル。私も大好きなハードボイルドガンアクション作品「ブラックラグーン」の作者広江レイ先生のサインまであります。なんといっても嬉しかったのは、ジョン・ウィック主演のキアヌ・リーブスのサイン入りコンバットマスターがあったこと。入り口を向けて右側に進んでいくと、まず最初に目に飛び込んでくるのが新製品展示コーナー。マキタならぬマトリックスの電動ドリルっぽいピストル約1万7000円。ジョン・ウィックチャプター3での活躍が印象的だった MPX が展示されていました。エアガンだけでなく各種装備品も抜かりありません。年代別の軍装から競技向けのマスク、タフな戦場でも使われる実物サングラスなど、ここからも男の子の夢がギッチギチに詰まっています。バリアフリーの一環でエレベーターも完備。ここも好印象ですね。上がった先に待ち構えているのは、意外なことに釣り具コーナー。海に面した州カリフォルニアでは釣りも盛んですが、日本製の製品も目についてて結構新鮮に感じました。いや、ちょっと興奮してしまいました。すごいですよ、この品揃えといいますか、巨大なおもちゃ箱ですね。本当にスケールの違いを体で今感じている状態です。これだけヤソトが浸透しているんだなというのを感じさせてくれますね。さあ、ここにもありました GRY ドアノブ。何やら重厚な雰囲気のある部屋ですが、正体はシューティングレンジ。ここのおすすめは何といっても様々なゲームを内蔵した液晶ターゲットがあること。分厚い表面のシートが衝撃を吸収するので、液晶本体を保護しつつ、しかも正確に着弾判定をしてくれるという優れものです。日本ではお目にかかれないこちらのお値段約6万円ですので、できればこちらがトライできるフィールドやお店、日本でも増えてほしいところです。ちなみに今日初めてグリーンガスという日本よりも威力が強いガスのエアガンを試すことができたんですが、日本のガスよりも一回り鋭いリコイルはよりリアルな打ち心地を実現していました。リコイルがいいです。目玉商品、なんといってもクライタック製の P90 でしょう。自身のエアガンブランド EMG とのコラボ商品だけに力が入っていましたね。ちなみにこのエアガンについては過去に動画で解説しているので、この動画見終わったらぜひともこちらの動画も見てくれると嬉しいかな。この触った時のね、感触が戦闘用に使われる樹脂だっていう感じがしてすごくいいですね。この触り心地は癖になりそうですね。そしてセレクター系統はとても柔らかいです。最初からリラックスして使うことができそうです。マガジンの抜き差しも問題なく行えそうですね。よく見りゃマガジンじゃねえか。この他にも美しい発色を持つペイントカスタム、ジョン・ウィックが使っていたピストルも展示されていました。こいつはスケスケのセクシー野郎だから外で使うと簡単にゴミが入っちまう。ヒゲが悪い時のお前のワイフのように丁寧に扱わないとダメだぜ。で、これがとてもやってみたかった、その名も BB 弾おかわり装置。下に BB ボトルを置いてドバーッと BB 弾が一気に補充されるという夢のアイテム、やってみたかった。他にも日本最大手のカスタムメーカーレイラックスさんの釣り具ブランドドレスを扱っていたり、コラボバッグを販売したりと、日米有名ブランドの強いつながりを感じました。あとグロックのクッションあって普通に欲しかった。インタビュー。 Let me ask you, like, it looks like there's a register. I can bring products to buy that, that we can buy online.
So over here, this is what's called the express station.
Express station.
So In the store, we try our best to have as many of the items that we can out here, but it's a whole warehouse back there. So in the event that you can't find on the store floor what you want to buy, this gives you access to the warehouse. People are able to print out orders, hand it to us up front. We just grab it from the back, and then we charge you. So that just gives you access to everything as opposed to just what's in the room.
You have a lot of products.
Oh, yeah, a lot. Thousands and thousands and thousands. So it basically gives you immediate access to your orders. That way it doesn't have to get shipped to you. You know, with here you can see it, you can shoot it, you can feel it, and then whenever you're ready, charge you right then and there.
How convenient. That's a nice idea.
Yeah. As associates over here, we just kind of help you guys out make your purchases. If you have any like questions, technical questions, compatibility questions, if you're not too sure about things, we're just here to make you make your decisions and your purchases in the most educated and informed way possible. We're just here to help you out.
Okay. How long have you been playing airsoft?
I've been airsofting for about 7 years. Yeah. I've been working here for about 4.
How did you start to play the game?
I always liked guns as a kid, but I wasn't old enough to own a real one, so I started buying airsoft guns and going out to the fields. That's how I met this guy. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the California's airsoft scene like?
We have a lot of indoor, some outdoor fields as well, but Speedsoft is a little bit more popular here. I'm personally not a big fan of it. I'm more of an outdoor player myself. I prefer things with a little bit more of a relaxed pace, shooting at distance, stuff like that. But indoor is really cool because you don't necessarily need a super expensive gun to be, you know, super good at indoor. It's more about how you play than what you own.
So how about Milsim style?
Milsim?
Yeah.
We have a few Milsim events over here, usually like the military bases. I haven't gone personally, it's been on my to-do list. But since Milsim events are usually like overnight and stuff like that, gas guns don't do as well in the cold. So I just play pickup games from time to time.
That's right. Is paintball still in fashion here?
Paintball?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still very much alive. We don't service anything paintball-wise, so I couldn't really say specifics. What I have noticed is airsoft here is starting to look a little bit more like paintball, and paintball here is starting to look a little bit more like airsoft.
I guess many people have their own purpose to play airsoft. I think that's a very good point. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think that's one of the really cool things of airsoft. You know, if you want to be a speed softer and kind of play like a paintballer and do tournaments, you can totally do that. If you want to dress up in a banana costume and go play airsoft, you totally can. And if you want to kind of look like a military dude and try military things, you have Milsim. And that's the cool thing with airsoft is it's not about the sport, it's about what you want to make of it.
And expressing their imagination is a very nice thing.
Absolutely, especially with the guns. Nothing here is static. You can make of a gun whatever you want. It's all limited by your imagination and your wallet.
That's why I like the airsoft too. Yes.
We do have like really restrictive laws in California, for example, as far as owning firearms. With kind of like COVID and all the ammo shortages that have happened, in the past couple of years, there's been a really big uptick in airsoft sales in relations to training divisions, people with like military, law enforcement and all that. They're able to use airsoft guns in their house instead of going to the range. I, for example, used to do a little bit of competition shooting, but ammunition is really, really expensive. So I have my like little airsoft setup at home that I'm able to shoot. And in these past couple of years, we've been noticing that people have been translating airsoft in a little bit more of a parallel training kind of thing. They're obviously not the exact same. They're never going to be, but it's going to give you a really close proximity and, you know, BB price, not like 45 cents, 50 cents a round.
That's cheaper.
And you can shoot that at home instead of going out to like the desert or the range. So it's been an interesting change.
Tell me about your favorite gun.
My favorite gun? The AKs.
AK.
Yeah, I love AKs. AK is the best gun ever. I like that they're durable. I like the history behind the AKs. So many countries make them, but they're all very different in their own sort of way. So both in like history, politics, and like modernization, they all play into the AK, especially because of how proliferated it is. So I feel like an M4 is an M4, and you know, it's mostly American, but the AK is spread throughout the world so much. That it's so diverse, it's so same but different.
Here's one more thing. What do you think about people who love real guns?
like any community, there's the good and there's the bad. You know, you can have people who can be a little tough, egos, you know, stuff like that. But on the same token, when I went to shoot competition, it's been some of the most like supportive, some of the most helpful people I've ever run into. You know, I never felt judged. I was just there to learn, and I learned a lot. So I think, like most communities, it is what you make of it and the environments that you're in. There's some bad places in airsoft, there's some bad places in firearms, and there's some good places on both sides as well. So it's good to see both sides of things.
Absolutely right, I think. Nice answer.
Thank you.
いや、いいバイクさん、すごいですね。店員さんの方も気さくで優しい、そして世界観が店舗内に溢れている。例えばこんな風に本当になんだろう、この子の夢が全部詰まってる巨大なおもちゃ箱といったような空間でして、本当に私一目で気に入ってしまいました。一生ここに住みたいくらいです。ということで、海外のサバゲーシーンというのもなかなか面白いものだと分かっていただけたかと思います。さあ、海外取材編第1弾、これにて終了でございます。第2弾、いよいよ実弾を使った実験にありますよ。お楽しみに。